So we're talking about the Francophone music criticism project. Could you just tell us what is the edition about?
Okay. Well, the edition is it looks at the works, the articles that the French composer Paul Dukas wrote. Dukas is known as the composer of works like The Sorcerer's Apprentice today, but in the 1890s and 1900s he wrote an awful lot of articles about French music and Wagner and things that were happening in the Parisian concert scene. And the articles are really interesting because they look at some of the controversial things that happened, like the premiere of Debussy's opera Pelléas et Mélisande in 1902, and they just give really good insights into what was going on in Paris at the time.
What does this edition cover?
Well, the edition, when it's finished, is going to look at the articles he wrote between 1892 and 1894. Altogether, he wrote something like 500 articles. So, you know, we can only look at a few at a time. But the ones written from 1892 to 1894 were for the same journal, La Revue Hebdomadaire. And they're probably his most important, his most detailed and most interesting articles. So at the moment I've got the 1892 edition all on the website, and soon I'll add to that.
How does it relate to Dukas' work as a composer?
Well, Dukas was writing about other young composers in Paris at the time, people like Debussy, and he was in the situation himself of also trying to compose and figure out where he was going in the 1890s. So a lot of his articles talk about things like, you know, how do you write opera that doesn't sound like Wagner but still very progressive and modern, and what's the place of composers in society. So he was trying to figure that out too, and the articles helped him address that.
Are the articles available in any other form at the moment?
Well, they were published quite a few decades ago. There's a couple of books that kind of picked and chose some of the best articles, but there wasn't any kind of systematic effort to say, well, these are the articles from 1892, these are the ones from this journal. So what I'm trying to do with this project is collect all the articles from 1892 to 1894 from the one journal, La Revue Hebdomadaire, so that we get a kind of clearer sense of how his ideas as a critic and a composer developed.
That's great, Laura, thank you.
Okay.
Just before we close